you just mentioned that when, the Black Enterprise forced y'all out, took it over, they did what they did with it.
We turned down $55 million from Bob Johnson, flew to his office, tried to get $80 million, and turned down $55 million. And the only reason that we was fucking with them is because Dave and Steve Stout tried to do Source.com, it crashed, and they had to borrow money from the bank and it ballooned up to $30 million. We tried to sell it to Bob, give us 80, Bob. Bob said, I'll give you 55, but y'all gotta go. We'll take 55 if we can stay on it, Bob. You know what I'm saying? And run it. No, y'all gotta go. No deal, Bob. Left Bob's office, turned $55 million down. We'd have had that check the next day. By the time we paid the fucking bank and taxes and everything, me and Dave would have walked away with like maybe $3-4 million. At that time, we're like, it wasn't worth it. Shit, we ran through $3-4 million probably in a couple of fucking months doing crazy, man. So I'm saying, the story, the shit, boy, man.
So speaking of $3-4 million, when Londell, and you mentioned him, he buys the Source. And for anybody who don't know, longtime attorney in the music industry, Londell McMillan, he was the legendary Prince attorney. He buys it for $3-4 million. I think it was something like 3.75.
Damn shame. A magazine that then went from 100 million to 3.5. Like, what the fuck, man?
That's
Black Enterprise did that. If anybody want to know who fucked the Source up, it was Black Enterprise. Because at the end of the day, we still was doing our thing. Even without the Jimmy shit, that shit would have died down. He wasn't the only show in town. If they would have kept me and Dave on, the Source still would have been thriving to this day. Once they got rid of us and they took it, they knew that, damn, we don't even got it in us to run a fucking magazine. We don't know nothing about the culture. But they wasn't thinking that. Let's go get, these guys ain't guys in the streets. These are guys that just want to fuck around at the parties and look good and have a big salary and fuck all the chicks and shit, but scared as fuck to go walk through any hood of America, let alone their own. That was the problem.
So I gotta ask you, and obviously you're sharing your feelings right now. The Source went from the hip hop Bible. That's what it was known as. It was the hip hop Bible, like you said, getting 5 mics in the Source. That was the holy grail. Only a few artists ever got 5 mics.
A few more should have got it.
Absolutely.
That's a different story.
That's a whole different story. We can have that conversation at a different time.
Right.
But you personally, you're part of making this magazine what it had become, drove the value up to where somebody was willing to offer you $55 million cash.
We turned it down.
And now it goes from that type of offer to somebody buying it for just over $3 million.
Prez, ego. It's ego. And I'm sure Londell's made money because if you look at everybody's movie, he's renting out, in everybody's hip hop movie, the Source is the common denominator. There's always Source clips in everybody's hip hop movie. So even now, like the Source Awards, people think the BET Awards show, they just got it from us. I mean, we was a catalyst of the awards show. And you would think Londell would say, hey, Dave, Ray, come on, let's go, let's make something because he owns the name. But his ego won't let it happen. Because I don't got no grudge against Londell. Listen, man, me and Londell at one point was cool, but why not bring me and Dave together to get the magic back, to figure out, at least the award show, because it's ego. It was the same thing with them Black Enterprise, and it goes the same thing from back years ago. For some reason, college guys that go to college, they wear a suit, and they feel like they so fucking better and different. They can't get with the real culture of the street guy in hip hop. And that's always been the fucking divide. And I've always been on this side of the coin. I could rock with that side. I can adapt, I can listen, I can go to meetings and everything. But I used to, man, Dave, you do that. And if it's money, then you call me in. Because I would hate to be around these motherfuckers. Because they just be cool, bro. Everyone's cool because I don't got a suit on, because my posture ain't like you, because I don't have the words and articulate like you. That don't mean I'm different. That don't mean I'm any lesser. And I've got to be around these type of guys, and I've seen it. They fuck shit up. A lot more things could happen if they would just welcome that element into their fucking world as far as business, at least business-wise.